Alright, so this is going to be an update to the YouTube channel because there's a lot of people freaking out thinking I'm missing or gone. I'm on vacation, folks, but I took the opportunity to sit down here this morning with you and try to hopefully make a mile marker on the equity on this live account. I'm going to try to hit 50,000. So I'm watching this potentially make a fair value gap. I want to see that swing high broken. We'll see if we get that here. And again, this account is really meant to show like averaging like 20% a month. I get questions all the time like, what do I think a student that has gone through all the teachings, have worked out a model, what could they reasonably expect to see and what could be done without really pushing the envelope? And this is kind of like my answer to that. Also, to kind of like remind everybody, I'm not just finding cherry-picked trades in a demo account. I can trade with live funds too. All right, so we're about to break that swing high. If it does, that'll be bullish market structure. I'm thinking we can trade back to, on the daily chart, back to like 14,000, but that's a little bit of a stretch so far intraday. Okay, we have the market structure bullish now. So there's a fair value gap. I'll highlight that. I'll go into the chart here. I'm watching this candle, see how it closes because that will complete our imbalance. So you can see that right there. Okay, give me another. Right there, that's the low end of the fair value gap. This thing's always tricky. All right, so now we have the close of that candle. So now I'm a little off on that because I'm clumsy with Thinkorswim. Change the color here so you can see a little bit better. Now it's technically the open, so it's a little bit of volatility that comes in here. It can overshoot that low. I don't care if it does. If it goes back up into the fair value gap, I will buy it. Okay, now when you're entering on like the opening, like 9:30 equities opening, you could take a long entry here, but you don't know how far it's going to whip below that low, and you could be wrong and painfully wrong. So what I'm watching is, does it want to go below that short-term low that's already created moments ago, which would be outside and below the fair value gap? And it does not negate the fair value gap because I'm using narrative. Narrative is I expect people to look at that and say, okay, it's going to go up, and they're already trying to buy right now, but their stop loss is going to be below that swing low. So sell stops are resting at 13,614. They just took those now. Now this is a high risk entry long there, but I'm watching price now entering that same fair value gap. So one more time to see if it wants to poke a little bit lower. And again, my daily bias is bullish, so I'm looking for higher prices. So I'm going to go and aim for the 80 level. That'll give me a nice figure to run to 50,000 on equity. I do believe it's going to go higher, but I'm on vacation, so I want to kind of like, let me take this long entry. And there you go. All right, so now I'm watching price. And I want to see it expand up. Now, because it's the opening, and I don't know where, if we whip below that low, I'll give it a chance to go below it just by a little bit, and I'll close it at market. Generally, I like to trade with a stop loss, but if I'm trading the open like this, stops can be taken really, really easily and then reverse and then never give you a chance to be in it. So I'm allowing myself a little bit of flexibility. I'm not trying to encourage you to trade without a stop loss. Believe me, I'm right here ready to click and close it if it trades below it. And I want to see it expand up. Now I want to see an energetic run above the swing high that was formed just to the left of where we are right now. There is a fair value gap at the 680 level, and it's above equilibrium, so it would be a premium market. So that's why I'm going to be targeting the 80 level. Plus it's around 50 handles, so that gives me about $1,000 or more. Alright, so now, right now, at this moment, I want to see it expand aggressively. Not dilly-dally around. I want to see it really try to spread its wings and take off and start moving. There's a small little fair value gap in the last 3 candles up. I don't think it needs to fill that in or even revisit it, but if it were to, I would expect price to be supported by that. So in other words, not going below the 630 level. Okay. Now at this moment, I could put the stop loss on at my entry, and if it takes me out, then I would basically move to the sidelines and wouldn't take any more trades today because it's FOMC. And FOMC you can trade in the morning, but you got to be done early if you're trading equities. It's important to be aware of the economic calendar because we're probably going to have a lot of volatility later on today. I still think they'll push it higher with that. So here's my limit order. I'm going to place it there. And we'll see if we can get this puppy to reach up there and grab it. I mean, I feel confident it's going to go way beyond that, but short little scalp. Very little drawdown. About 3 handles of drawdown, if that, from the entry. Or the candle I entered on, let's say it that way. The low from my entry was only like 3 handles below. I have to go watch the video and see what the actual drawdown was from the point of entry. I'm not sure if I had any. If I did, then that's what it was limited to. $60 or so. Not bad if you're trying to make $1,000. Had a small little scalp early in the morning. Alright, and now this is where neophyte traders or newbies, they get nervous. Hit the wrong thing here. I always think I'm on the other platforms. I use TradeStation and I use TradingView. And it's different settings and different things you can look for. Alright, so there's my fill on the limit order. Rounding out the day and the month of March. I will not be taking any more trades this month. So $1,255 on 2 trades, about $15 or so in commissions. So take that off of there. That will be the net for the day. I'll take you over to the monitor tab here after I scrunch this up and show you the run on the price. Now I think it's going to go higher, but here's the monitor tab showing the actual trades today. And you can see the profit and loss since I started this account, and the commissions, which are high because I did a lot of latency tests and I've done a lot of things that would kind of like mimic what a new trader would do once they get into live fund trading.